Still a bit groggy, are we? Don't wear off soon enough. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Ugh, what a dismal way to wake, in the belly of the beast. Let's see if I can grope my way out. An animal pen. How utterly charming.
Lesions, no trauma. It was bled by magic.
Boring.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the... Why, for my peace of mind, of course.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast source.
No trauma. It was bled by magic.
For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
Dungeon? You have the gall to call my laboratory a dungeon. I'd be quite annoyed with you if you didn't look so honestly perplexed.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you no herself. Go ahead. She with the body.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwoken followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of...
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
Dallas is such a dear.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? An elf of principle. I get it. Wonder how you'll feel when whoever did this does it again. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous. Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here? No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
I forgot how to say it.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
And I don't intend to do away with the...
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Geralt. You hear that?
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about swords.
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles before turning his attention to the ship once more.
I did.
You look like a Geralt to me. Listen, if you're interested. Or get gone if you aren't.
Appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make.
His eyes snap open. He looks at you and frowns.
Unacceptable. I've never died
Murder?
nothing less than a dozen...
Ah, that's what they were going on and on about. I wouldn't know anything about it.
Your Majesty.
I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And the mayor knows who done it too.
When you clearly don't know the first
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
She got eaten by a void woken.
Forget it.
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
Boring.
Song? I know you can. A no doesn't become a yes over time, you know.
One of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
Are you an elf?
Kill our own.
Wow.
Picking us off one.
I want to be.
And we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up.
You think me mad?
Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Keep those bubbles trained on her. And
Well,
if she tries
perhaps
to
you're
run, shoot her
absolutely
kid.
right. You seem on edge, officer.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened? Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Great gods! Something's pounding on...
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge.
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards. By the gods, I need to get off this ship. Need to get off this wreck, and quick.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and...
hatch is blocked. The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious.
Rubbish. Rubbish. Junk. Rubbish.
What happened? Must have been the turnips. Water? Wine, for goodness sake! Oh!
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness. Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground. His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence at all.
Lucien. Lucien.
Ifan cries out. Then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how...